The first ever Bloons TD 6 expansion called Rogue Legends is finally here, and I could not be more excited about this one. So update 47 and the latest Rogue Legends DLC in BT 6 are finally out, guys. And first off, I want to say a huge thank you to Ninja Kiwi for allowing us to have early access and make videos on this thing. There are a couple of new things going on with update 47, so let me just show you those things and then we're going to jump straight into new gameplay of the Rogue Legends DLC. Alright, so starting things off with the latest map. This one is an advanced map which is called Enchanted Glade, and the way that these rounds, as far as I can tell, come out, the even number rounds are coming out from the top right side, and then the odd number rounds are coming out from the bottom left. And I also placed Rosalia's latest skin just so we take a peek at it. It's called Tinker Fairy, and just let me use the level 3 ability to see how this thing looks like. It's a cool looking skin as usual. With that being said, let's move on to the quests and then finally some Rogue Legends gameplay. This is the first new quest in the latest update, which is called Moon Colony, and it's played on Moon Landing, but the map doesn't exactly look as you might remember it. And so the idea is that you want to defend using this water spot. I'm not gonna spoil this one too much, but it is a different take, I guess, on the map Moon Landing. And the second new quest is called Raft Defense. Now this is a very interesting concept because you're playing on Spice Islands, but even though this is a map for water towers, they're not allowing you to have a single water-based tower. And on top of that, you cannot place any towers onto these islands, so you can only use this raft in order to defend. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun one to play. And finally, Rogue Legends. So this is going to be the first ever expansion, the first ever DLC in Bloons TD 6, which is going to be purchasable from the shop. So if you guys are planning on buying the Rogue Legends DLC, please make sure to use code ETHERREAD in the Bloons store. It really helps out the channel. Alright, and finally, let's jump into Legends. So the way that you access the Legends is through this new button on the main menu, which gets you into this new menu. This is essentially, I guess, the Legends menu, and they're phrasing it like that because Rogue Legends is not going to be the only one. So all the DLCs, they're calling them Legends, and this specific one is just called Rogue Legends because this is a roguelike adventure, I guess. So jumping into Rogue Legends, this is how it looks like. I guess a little bit different than what they showed us in the trailers, but yeah, you have a bunch of stuff happening. So let me just quickly go through everything, even though you guys might be familiar with some of the things. So here in the bottom right corner, you have the artifacts, which are essentially permanent artifacts that you can choose and then pick and take with you essentially in your campaigns. You start things off with a couple of artifacts, and we're gonna get to some of these in a second. And then when you hit campaign, this is where you choose your party and you start your campaign. Now I'm sure that a lot of you guys have seen some of the videos and you know how this thing works in general, but I'm gonna just take a few moments to explain for the people that are new here. So the way that this thing is gonna work is that every single hero and then every single skin is going to have a different loadout. So take a look at, for example, Cyber Quincy. Cyber Quincy comes with a 002 Dartling, a 100 Sniper, and then this artifact, which is called Cold Steel. But if you click on normal Quincy, then you're gonna see a different set of towers and then a brand new artifact. So yes, there are indeed 44 different combinations for every single hero and every single skin, and this goes for the future heroes and skins as well, which are going to be eventually, you know, getting their own Legends take on them. So I chose Cyber Quincy, which has the Cold Steel. This is a common artifact which allows all military monkeys that are tier 3 or higher to have a 5% chance to freeze the balloons. Now on top of this, I got this one. This is called the Divine Intervention. This is like such a fun one. I actually played the run and extracted this artifact, which, yes, that's how you get the artifacts. You extract them after you win with them. But this artifact, essentially what it does is it gives Super Monkeys in Adora a 1 in 1800 chance when hitting balloons for the Sun God to smite them with 1500 times damage. That is wild, and we are going to be rolling the dice on this one really hard. It's going to be 1 in 1800, but it adds a 000 Super Monkey to your party, and Super Monkeys actually do attack really fast, so the chance is not that small when you think about it. The second artifact that I brought reduces the attack reload time of the helis, but they attack in kind of a wacky wiggly pattern you guys are going to see in a second, and it adds a 110 helipod to your party. And this artifact actually works really nice with Quincy's artifact because military monkeys have a 5% chance to freeze all the balloons they hit. And then this last one, which reduces the projectile speed but increases the damage by 15%, and this goes for all monkeys. So finally, let's start our Rogue Legends adventure. Alright, so whenever you jump into the game, this is the first thing that you see. So a lot of things happening, and in order for you to start, you need to click on this tent, but sometimes some of the maps have actually 2 starts instead of 1, and yes, this is one of them. Alright, so as you guys can see, there's a tent here up top and there's a tent here at the bottom, and you can choose where you want to start from. Now the end goal is to beat, I guess this one is where the final boss is going to be. So if we take this path, then we're going to make it to the final boss a little bit faster, but we're going to miss out on a lot of loot. Now here on the top right, you guys are going to see the stage number and then the amount of hearts. Essentially, you lose a heart whenever you lose inside of a game, and you have 5 chances, but if you lose hearts, you can stop at the rest site and you can heal. So it's not game over and it's not exactly 5 hearts. Now the number of stages refers to the amount of bosses that you have to defeat in order to complete the campaign. So this is going to be stage number 1, and without further ado, I think that we want to start here. We are going to take the shortest path possible, but we're going to get to stage 2 a little bit sooner. So let's click over here, and what's the boss going to be? The boss is going to be Bloonarius, alright? I think we can handle Bloonarius, so we're going to need some AoE for the ceramic spawns and then just raw damage, I guess. Next to every tent, by the way, there is this rest site, as you guys can see. So if you click on this one, you're going to get a couple of choices. You can recruit, you can mentor a monkey, or you can enhance on artifacts. Recruiting just means that you're going to add a new tower. Mentoring means that one of your towers is going to become stronger, and then enhance means that you can get one of your artifacts and you can make it stronger. Now, I am actually going to try and mentor a monkey because we have this relic which makes all of our tier 3 military monkeys become a little bit stronger. So I'm actually going to take the heli, I think, or do we take the dartling? You know what, let's actually take the heli. Let's make it a 210. This is going to be a pursuit one, so let's click mentor, let's upgrade this guy, and now we're just going to have this one straight up as a placeable tower, as a 210 heli. Alright, so this is going to be our first encounter, so let me place Quincy, and then you guys might be noticing, but this is a very cheap price for a 210 heli. It's $2,240, and usually it's not supposed to be that cheap, but it's the way that they made this thing work essentially is that it always makes more sense to find these sort of insta monkeys or pre-upgraded monkeys than actually upgrading them manually, because look at the Razor Row, is 2.2k and the IFR is at 720. So yeah, definitely a little bit more expensive than normal. And let me actually take the heli in my hand to show you guys this wiggly parent that we got on the heli. So you guys see how funny it looks like when it attacks. It almost reminds me of I guess the Dartling, the Mad's ability whenever you use it, right? From my experience so far, I don't think that this matters too much in terms of the damage that this thing is losing, and I actually just think it's worth getting the, what was it, like 20% I think extra attack speed. Yeah, 20% reduced reload time. That's cool. Alright, so the first few encounters are going to be easy, but it's round 3 out of 10, so we're going to have a temporary boost choice in a second. I think it occurs every 3 rounds, but that number might go up the further you go into gameplay. Oh, there we go. Alright, so we have 3 options to choose a boost from. So a 002 Super, a 220 Wizard, and then this thing, the Magic Precision, which is going to increase the Magic Monkey's damage by 15%, and your first reroll is always free. But I'm going to take this guy because we have no lead popping power, and I think that you actually see some leads onto this new round set. You can either get the lead popping power, I guess, through the Razor Rotors, but I actually wanted to do this. I wanted to get the IFR, the camo detection, and I'm just going to place this wizard here at the start, and I think that's going to be absolutely fine for this island. Alright, so round 10 out of 10, let's wrap this one up. This is going to be an easy win, obviously, because usually, you know, the earlier stages are easier, but I want to just show you guys what you get after you win a stage. So there we go, victory, and you get, yes, you get tokens. Now, how do these tokens work? Well, it's an interesting merchant system where obviously Geraldo is going to be the merchant, and then you get, oh, we got 2 tokens. Actually, I guess sometimes I've had instances in which I was getting 1 token, so I guess it's random or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but tokens are essentially the currency in this game, and then you're going to be using the tokens in order to purchase artifacts. But let's open our first chest, and all these chests, they contain permanent artifacts. So we got a rare one. Let me just read up what these guys do, because I don't even know like half of them, because there's just way too many of them. There's over 60 artifacts, but this one looks interesting. Too many cooks, and it's a rare one. Military monkeys attack reload time is reduced 30%, and then the attack reload time is increased by 5% for each military monkey placed. So the idea with this one is that you want to have military monkeys, but you don't want to place too many of them. Let me just check the other ones. Ceramic chunker primary monkeys deal 2 bonus damage to ceramics, no, and then dark monkey pierce and range is increased. So this is based on the dark monkey, but we're not playing around dark monkeys, we're playing around military monkeys. So I think I'm gonna take this one. Actually, this seems like a really good one. Actually, wait a minute, there's a huge synergy between all of these guys, because this one reduces the attack time by 30% of all military towers. This one makes the helis attack 20% faster, and then this one makes all military towers tier 3 or higher be able to freeze balloons. Okay, we might want to upgrade this one actually when we get the chance. It might increase the chance by a little bit, and that's gonna be like, because these guys are attacking super fast, it might actually be a little bit OP. But let's see what we're cooking over here. So this is gonna be the second encounter. We're playing on Hedge. So as you guys see, rounds 2 to 13. So yeah, getting a little bit there. I guess a little bit more complicated, but not too complicated, because again, we're still playing onto these early rounds. So let's try and defend this with a little bit of a different setup this time. So let's go like this. Let me place the Dartling. We need to upgrade this thing, by the way, up to the tier 3 if we want to see some freezes. Let's place the Sniper as well for some lead popping power, and then let's just evaluate what's going to be happening. I would love to have something like an Alchemist, because it's going to work really well with the Dartling, but if we want to get an Alchemist, we're going to need to get it as a drop from these temporary boosts. So look at this choice, by the way, 302 Mermonkey for 1,925. That is dirt cheap. I think I'm going to get this one actually, because it's super cheap. The 302 Mermonkey absolutely rocks, and so I'm going to have this thing like here. I know that there's not too much synergy with the relics that we have, but it's like this is so cheap and so worth in my opinion, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. And if it looks like we're a little bit too strong for these rounds, is because we are. I mean, this is like a way too good of a setup, but I need to do a couple of things. First off, I guess let's just get this guy a little bit more attack speed for those lead balloons. Alright, so one more boost. This is gonna be the last one for this one. So magic, primary inspiration, we don't need any of these things. Let's reroll 002 more military precision or all tower precision. So precision increases the damage and the shot spread. And what are we taking here? I mean, I guess we could take it for all towers. It's gonna be an 8% boost. I guess the shot spread is only going to benefit the Darthing, and it's a 5%, but I don't think we actually care that much. I want to save for this specific run just because we're not seeing those harder balloons yet. So yeah, I think we're just gonna clean this one out, and then we're gonna have our chest waiting for us. Yeah, there we go. So round 13 out of 13. I mean, this is going kind of fast. If you're not, I guess, talking over, if you're not recording a video and explaining things, you're probably gonna be finishing these things a lot faster. But keep in mind, we did take the shorter path, and sometimes you know, these maps only have one path to take, and that path is gonna require you to play like, I don't know, like 10 games or something like that, which might take a while. Honestly, might take like an hour or something like that. Let's open up this chest and let's see what we get of these permanent artifacts. So BB Gatling gun, this is main attack damage of monkeys is reduced to 80%, but attack reload is reduced to 20%. Monkey Buccaneers can store up to 3 ability charges, and Pierce and ability cooldown speed is increased by 35%, and it adds a 1 War 0 Buccaneer to your party. This one is an insane one. We might just take it for the memes, honestly. Let's just check out this one. Slow and steady, a common one. For the first 20 seconds of each round, all monkeys attack 2 times slower, but their damage is increased by 100%. Yeah, I'm not exactly a fan of this one. You know what? I think we're gonna get this one. Maybe this is gonna be useful for the later rounds. We can store up to 3 ability charges, and even though we're not encountering mob class balloons yet, it's eventually gonna come into the future. So let's just be ready, I guess, from early on in the game. Alright, so this is gonna be our last encounter before we fight the boss, and there's gonna be a shop at the end. So let's just quickly clean this one out. Let's start with Quincy. I think we're gonna get a heli here on the side, and let's just upgrade it to IFR. So many fun combos to do, and look at what we have here. We have the cave monkey. You know what? I'm just gonna select it for the memes. Yes, look at this thing. The cave monkey is actually in Rogue Legends, and I'm just gonna have it here towards the side. It does exactly the same thing as far as I can tell, like vanilla BT6. It stuns balloons on attack. It doesn't have a lot of pierce itself, but it's like I guess it's a fun one to have, right? So let's just keep it like this. Oh, we get another one. I'm gonna select the other one as well. Can you have to actually? Let me just have these guys next to each other. That's super fun. Alright, so it's round 15, and I think we're gonna see our first mob come out on this one. It was either this one or 16, I think. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, so we are, look at the cave monkeys go. They're just stunning this guy, and the heli is trying its best. It's actually freezing some of the balloons. I also gave it a little bit of extra attack speed through a temporary boost, and I think it's not only gonna be like one mob, I think we're gonna see a lot more of them around 16. Yeah, there we go. And then it just gets crazier from here, because that was a couple of mobs from around 16. This is number 3, by the way, and then you're just quickly gonna start seeing the 45 mobs, the BFBs and everything, so you guys can see how you have to be ready for these ones with artifacts and with just boosts. But that was the last island, so we get another 3 tokens. I think am I just getting lucky with these ones or what? But let's encounter Geralda's shop for the first time. Let me show you guys how this thing works, and then we're gonna fight Bloonarius. Alright, so this is the merchant menu, and the way this thing works is that all of these artifacts that you have, they consume a certain amount of power, as you guys can see. So for example, this one, the Too Many Cooks, takes 6 power to use. So the idea behind this one is that you can trade whatever you want, but you have to make the number of power on both the left and the right side equal. So for example, if I wanted to take this one, which is called absolute ability, which makes monkeys attack 10% slower, but ability cooldowns are 15% faster. If I wanted to take this one, I hit here on the plus, and then I need to put up 6 power on my side. And this is where Geralda tokens actually come in really handy, because instead of wasting your artifacts that you currently have, you can just use tokens. Oh my god, look at this one. Dart monkeys, boomers, bombs, tax, super monkeys, which we have, druids and mer monkeys follow your cursor like a Darthing gunner with a turn rate of 180 and constantly fire as long as balloons are on screen. I've never seen this one. You know what? I'm actually gonna take it. Let's take this one. Let me just read up through the last one. Heroes give monkey intelligence bureau buff to nearby monkey. That's insane. But those monkeys attack reload time is increased 100%. No. And then this one, primary monkeys now count as all monkey categories. Oh my god. So you can have the primary monkeys count as military, I guess, and then all these buffs that we have are gonna count towards that. Okay, this is way too much information. Let me just get this one. So we're actually gonna get a super monkey, and we can target the super monkey towards the boss, which is gonna be Bloonarius, and then towards all of his spawns. That's gonna be fun. Let's take this using Geraldo tokens, and finally let's fight Bloonarius. Alright, so rounds 15 to 50, it has all led to this. Let's fight the final boss. Alright, so a little bit different this time. As you guys can see, we're starting from round 15, ending at round 50, but we're starting with $24,000. This is because the second I hit start, the boss is going to appear. Alright, so let me just prepare for the setup that I wanted to do for this one, because I did pre-plan this thing a little bit. So let's get the super monkey going. We have so many buffs, attack speed buffs, and then the divine intervention one, which is going to give it the crit. That's going to be super fun. Let's upgrade this guy to the robo monkey, which is going to increase. Oh my god, look at those arms go with the artifact that we have. That's absolutely hilarious. And then if you guys remember, all of our tier 3 military monkeys are going to be freezing balloons. They have a 5% chance of freezing balloons, which is going to be really nice. So I'm going to get the razor rollers. I'm going to give this guy camo detection. Going to set it on pursuit, and let's get this thing going. Oh my god, look at this robo. This is absolutely wild. And Bloonarius is incoming with 30,000 HP, so not too much. I guess the way that we're playing this thing off is just going to be off of crits, because I'm aiming towards the boss using my mouse and this robo super monkey, but he's not doing too much damage. I'm super glad that I got this artifact that allows the super monkey to follow our attacks, because this is just hilarious. I've never done this before. So let's just chill for a second. We're around 17 out of 50. Something that I noticed is that while you're facing these bosses, you actually don't want to be, progressing the rounds as fast as possible, because the rounds are actually really crazy in this Rogue Legends DLC. We're on 17, but on like round 25, we're gonna be encountering multiple BFBs, I think, and that is not something that you're ready for. So you just want to keep it steady. You want to play it slow. And also, I don't think I mentioned this, but if you hit on the rules for a second, you guys are gonna see that the bloom speed is the 115 ceramic Moipelt. All these guys are getting increased. The way that this thing works is that the more stages you play, the more encounters that you have. Oh, hold on, I thought for a second. Let me just see what artifacts we're getting. So support precision, we don't need any support ones, and then all tower quickening, military precision, and military inspiration. I think I'm gonna get this one, the all tower, which is gonna give us like 5% less attack reload, and we need this for the super monkey so we can proc the, oh my god, we proc the skull, so we can proc the divine intervention one. But let's just see how we can do. Let's use Quincy's level 3 ability, by the way, and see if we can clean out these guys. This looks like an elite spawn actually, and we are barely defending these guys. Okay, so we need some AoE, it looks like. Yeah, so just going back to my original thought, the more you play these normal balloon encounters, all of these balloons are going to become 5% faster and 5% stronger. So you kind of want to be thinking about that as well, because rounds are going to progressively becoming a lot stronger. All right, so how are we doing? I'm going to need a, yes, I was about to say I'm going to need a boost, and the boost is coming. Okay, so we have 4.6k, and then I don't think we care about any of these towers. So let's oh, we might want to get the mortar actually. You know what? Let's re-roll the mortar. Let's see if we can get something better. So military, support, or primary. I think military is the only one. We can just make the hail a little bit stronger. This is not like a too good of one, but let's just get it and just keep aiming with the super monkey. I guess getting the knockback is also going to be really good. Do we have the money for the monkey parts? No, we don't. Okay, so let's just rely on the AoE from the cannon ship. Oh my god, that's so much better than last time actually. Alright, so slowly getting there. You guys can see how these bosses can become really tricky, because they're not exactly sending you in with a lot of damage. If this was like a 30,000 HP Bloonarius in normal BT6, this guy would have been evaporated like 10 times over by this point. Okay, so new boost, because we reached the last skull, and then I can see this guy. This is, by the way, a military tower, which maybe we can make some good use out of this one. I mean, it's already tier 3, which means that it's going to be freezing balloons. You know what? I'm actually going to take it. It's super cheap. It's like $2,000. So let me just place it really fast. Go like this. Get the melee crossbat. Oh my god, look at how fast this thing is attacking though with all the boost that we have. Look at the destroyer go. I think this guy's unironically doing more damage to Bloonarius than we are with the super monkey. Oh my god, he's attacking so fast. Alright, we need to get a destroyer in our party through some of these artifacts, but yeah, that's gonna be Bloonarius. I guess we can just do this, the monkey pirates, just for absolutely no reason. And there goes the first stage boss, and let's get the rewards, because the rewards from defeating a boss are actually kind of insane. So we defeated the first boss, and look at what you get. You get the essence of the boss that you just defeated. So obviously every single different boss is gonna have an essence. This is a legendary one, by the way. So all monkeys tier 3 and lower deal 1x times damage to balloons and mob class balloons, and have 100% more pierce. So as long as you keep your towers tier 3 or lower, they're just gonna be insane. And then on top of this, you get a bunch of tier 5 towers to choose from. So you know what, even though Essence of Bloonarius sounds really cool, we're gonna be seeing some more difficult balloons, so we're not gonna be stopping in tier 3. So I'm actually going to select the Monkey Buccaneer, which we're going to get a 050 for $16,000. It's absolutely insane. And then after you've chosen your artifact, this is the artifact extraction menu. So essentially what this thing does is it lets you choose one of the artifacts that you currently have. You can extract the artifact and you're going to lose it in this game, but it's going to go into your inventory on the home screen. So you can use it as many times as you want whenever you start a campaign. So you're basically permanently taking one of the artifacts that you have. So do we actually want to get rid of an artifact and just save it for later? I don't think so. I like everything that we have. So I'm just going to click skip and let's go to stage number 2. All right, so stage 2. And now we're talking. Look at this map. First off, look at where it ends. So you can take 2 paths from the left and the right side, but eventually they converge here. They go up to the mountain and then look at where the final boss is. That is so cool. I don't think I've ever seen this map before. Now, I guess in comparison to what we saw in the first stage, this second is going to be much more interesting because look at this thing. We have a couple of mini bosses, which are essentially some, I guess you can call them mini games, but I guess there's like this mini game over here. I've only played one, but there's something that you've probably seen before in BT6, like for example, pop the boss a certain amount of times or something like that. All right, so it seems like we have a choice to make. The shortest path with only 8 encounters is going to be the right one. And I actually want to take the right one because I want to play these boss, or I should say mini bosses. So let's select. We only have one start in this one. By the way, the boss is Vortex. So let's kind of get ready for Vortex as well as we're selecting these artifacts. And let's see what we can do on the red side. So we can enhance. Do we want to enhance an artifact? Let's just see what we're going to get. So for example, this one. How do you enhance this one? You make it 1 in 800 and what increases? So 1 in 1200? What? I think I'm going to take this one. Let me just check the other one. So this one is going to become a 10% chance for a freeze. So I guess it's going to be a nice stall. This one is going to become a 25% attack real reduction. That doesn't sound too good, honestly. What about this one? 20% damage increase. And then this one, 120 Buccaneer. And then 50% cooldown reduction. How about the last one? The Follow Me. This is the fun one. Let's just click on it. So what changes? It gives them basically a higher turn rate as far as I can tell. Yeah, and we're not exactly where our turn rate. Okay, so we're gonna get this one, the Divine Intervention, which is gonna turn into a 1 in 1200 chance. This Super Monkey is gonna go hard, guys. All right, so let's play it. So we're starting from round 2 to 13. So I guess upgraded by 1 level from the previous starting one. And honestly, I'm just gonna play quickly through this one, and I'm gonna see you guys at the mini boss for the first time. All right, then we're finally at the first mini boss. And look at the goals. So we have a goal of 25 for a common artifact, 40 for a rare one, and then 55 for a legendary one. Now, I have actually played a mini boss before, and I remember them as quite difficult because essentially what you're playing here is a boss rush game, and this one is Dread Bloon. Now, I don't know how we're gonna pull this thing off. We're starting off on round, I guess, infinite with about $6,000, and just thinking because this is Dread Bloon and we're gonna acquire monkeys from different categories, I am not sure how we're gonna pull this one off. So I think we're gonna start with, oh wait a minute, this is an interesting tower. Yeah, let me get the Alchemist, and then maybe we can combine the Alchemist with like what, a Super Monkey, I guess. I am not sure we're ready for Dread Bloon, guys. This is immune to primary, and then I guess each pop it changes. So the next, oh my god, the next one is gonna be military. Oh wait, it doesn't instantly change. All right, so maybe we can do something about this. By the way, rock blues on this guy. Oh my god, this is going ridiculously slow. Yup, these mini games are absolutely brutal because if you're not ready for that specific minigame, you're just not gonna win it. You know what? This is gonna be like an L. We're gonna lose this thing. Let me get the Alchemist. I mean, we're not gonna be getting 20 pops for sure, but I guess the Alchemist is gonna help out a little bit. Okay, so what do we want to get from these guys? I guess 5% Pierce. I'm not sure if I like 5% Pierce. This is probably the best one out of all of them. I don't want to spend money for a reroll, and yet I just select this one. So it's not changing yet. I mean, what's even the plan with this one, guys? I guess I could buy the Super Monkey. The problem with the Super Monkey is that it doesn't do any damage, I don't think, because a Dread Bloon reduces all damage done by 1. So this guy is at like, yeah, look at this thing, the damage is not moving, it's 53. Yeah, I don't know if you're just not ready for the mini boss, guys. You're gonna be absolutely toast like we are. You're just basically not gonna get an artifact, which is not the end of the world, by the way, but it would have been nice to have. So maybe we're gonna have more luck on the second mini boss, actually. And yeah, we're gonna lose to this one. These bosses can be absolutely brutal, guys, if you're not ready for them, just like we're not for a boss like Dread Bloon at this point. Yeah, we are not gonna reach the goal. Oh, I'm sorry. We're probably gonna get there on Blast the Populace, though, because we have Blast the Populace incoming in like, when is Blast the Populace? He's in like 2 maps from now. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's see what rewards that we can get. Maybe this artifact is gonna help us a little bit. Let's just open up this one and let's see what we can get. So, oh my god, this is wait, what is this? What are the chances of this happening? 3 legendary ones in one chest. Oh my god, am I the luckiest person ever, or is this like about to happen? I don't know. Tier 3 and higher engineers convert balloons to... They do what? Adds a 002 engineer to your party, and then how can we make this thing work later on? Maybe like an overclock? Let's just not think about these super expensive towers. Primary monkeys attack range increased by 75%, but projectile speed reduced. I don't like it. We don't have any primary, so I think we're just gonna ignore that one. Dart-based monkeys projectiles explode. You guys know what's a dart-based monkey projectile? You're not gonna believe this is the super monkey. Alright, this is a tough choice. So either we get this one or we get the alchemic engineering legendary. This is gonna make us a lot of money, and this is gonna make the super monkey go absolutely ham. And you know what? I think we're gonna take this one because the super monkey is gonna attack so fast, and it's gonna have a chance to crit because we upgraded it. Then on top of everything, it's gonna have explosions each time it expires. I mean, that is just, it's gonna be wild. I think, right? So let's place the super monkeys and let's find... Oh my god, look at this. Oh wow, that's... Reduces magic monkey's attack reload. Oh, and I'm even gonna make this thing attack faster. All right. I mean, this is insane. Look at this guy go. And there it is, a quick victory onto this one. You've earned your choice of a legendary artifact. What? Why is it a legend? Did the game just bug out? Why am I getting legendaries? What is happening? We can buy a man for $40,000. Mighty Mulligan provides 3 artifact selection rerolls after beating a reward tile. That sounds like a really interesting one. Let me just check out this one. Premier monkeys deal 6 bonus damage. Alright, so this is gonna be amazing versus bosses. I feel like we have to get this one in a way, right? But we also need to get farms. So this secures our bosses, and this just makes the game a little bit more interesting. I think we're gonna secure our victory versus the bosses, and then we probably need to start finding some farms, right? Let's just try and upgrade something that we have. You know what? Because we're relying on these super monkeys so much, I feel like I'm just gonna get one of these guys to 001, which is, I think, insane because the knockback costs $3,000, but it's only gonna be like a 2.1k increase. So I think this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, let's get this one. And then mini boss, another one. Keep popping the mini boss. This one is going to be Blast the Populace, so we might have a little bit more of a shot versus this one. Let's see how we do. Okay, so let's start with the super monkey right here in the middle, and then let's buy the heli. I think I'm going to skip on Quincy, honestly. Oh, we're going to need some camo detection actually, so let's head the Selly on Pursuit. Let's see if we can actually do a little bit better versus Blast the Populace this time. Is the AoE doing anything? Let me just move away the super monkey. I don't think the AoE is doing anything at this point. Nope. Alright, so we need to get a little bit closer to a super monkey because the projectiles are not long enough, I don't think. But oh, they're starting to do the damage. Yes, there we go. Look at this. Oh my god. Yes, let's get some magic quickening. Let's make this guy attack a lot faster. And keep in mind, we still have this like super crit chance of like 1 in 200. Oh my god, this is insane. Alright. Let's actually do... Wait a minute, what are we doing? All tower quickening rare. This is a rare one. I think I'm just gonna take it just because it's a rare. It's an attack reload. Again, getting attack speed to the super monkey. Alright. So one of the things that we have to be very careful of is just not to buy the top path onto the super monkey because this guy is... it's Blast the Populace. So essentially this guy's immune to purple balloons. Alright, so let's just fix some of the problems that we have. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just select a relic first. Magic Precision increases the damage. I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna make this super monkey go ham on this one. And then I guess just getting the Ultra Vision into like the dark. I don't mind buying the Dark Knight, guys. I'm gonna get the Dark Knight. Some extra mob class damage, and this boss is just toast. Are we actually gonna do... I don't think we're doing 55. If these stuns continue, actually, I don't think we're doing 55, but we're definitely getting an artifact for sure on this one. I think I'm gonna get the village, by the way. This is a cheap village, and we're gonna get the jungle jumps attack speed, and I would love to also have something like an alchemist for this one. So let's have the village, I guess, like maybe have the village like this so that we leave a little bit of spot for dark shifting this super monkey so that we can actually do a little bit of extra damage to the boss because these projectiles are not going to be able to reach it in a second. Oh, I would love to get this one as well. Like, this one is going really hard with all of the buffs that we have for military ones. So I think I'm just going to get the Buccaneer as well. Let's place it like this, and then what else are we getting? Are we going for the grape shot or are we going for the bomb? I think we're going grape shot, right? Let's just get the grape shot. Look at the damages go absolutely ham. Guys, I think we have a really good shot at doing the legendary artifact with this one as well. We're gonna need 55 pows, but yes, we're absolutely all alive for this setup. Dreadbloon fumble. We fumbled Dreadbloon hard, but this one, no, this one is not even close. Let me just 5% more pierce. You know what? The pierce is only gonna be nice versus the small balloons. I don't think we need any pierce for Dreadbloon, so I'm just gonna reroll this one. Magic precision. Oh my god, more damage for the super monkey. Yes, I will absolutely take that. Oh, and we have, look at the amount of money that we have, by the way, $17,000. You know what we could buy? The Pirate Lord. Oh, do we buy this guy? Let's... Oh Oh my god, I'm gonna buy this guy. This is gonna be so cool. Can I have it in the range of the village? Yes, let's get the Pirate Lord. Let's have it like this. And I'm just gonna give this guy, I think we're just gonna give it attack speed. Try and get as much damage out of this guy as possible. And we're in play for the legendary artifact, guys. Are we gonna see the hook stacking, by the way, in the Pirate Lord? Because we can have 3 abilities in total. So let's see if this is gonna work. The ability is, by the way, 35% faster. Oh my god, it's actually stacking. You guys see at the bottom, we have 2 Pirate Lord hooks. That is insane. So we are actually protected versus the mob class balloons as well at this point, right? Let's just get what we get. I want a magic one. Oh no, actually I want a military one because we have the Pirate Lord as the strongest tower at this point. And I think we're going for it, guys. Let's go for the call to arms. It's 27,000. Let's just get I guess this one, you know, it's a common one, but I'm gonna take it. It's fine. And then let's try and get the 27,000 for the call to arms ability, and we're just gonna keep using the ability and see what we can do. So there we go. Let's get the ability. Get a bunch of mob class balloons, but look, I'm just gonna use the Pirate Lord hook, and we have 2 in stock even. This is insane. We have an alchemist. Do we take the alchemist? I think we're gonna take the alchemist, but I have an idea because the call to arms ability is not happening, and the boss is about to disappear. So I'm gonna, when I get the chance, that is, I'm gonna try and sell this village. Can we get like a millisecond in which we can sell the village? I want to buy an elite defender. So let's go like this. Let's try and do as much damage as possible to this boss. Can I sell this guy? Yes, there we go. Get the elite defender. Super expensive. Can I sell the Pirate Lord, by the way? Oh my god, we're super close. No, look at this thing. We're super close to the mat. Let me just get the mat. Oh, can I pull this thing off actually? Lock it in place. Oh no, maybe we should have done this a little bit earlier. Maybe we would have had a chance of it. I am so happy about this run. We were super close to the legendary one, but you know, we're gonna take the rare one as well. Okay, so let's see what choices do we get for a rare artifact. So 3 choices, 3 of them rare. Let's see what's this one. So Spike Factories attack half as fast but have 120% more pierce, and it's gonna add a 201 Spike Factory. This is not good actually. You need the metal crossback to defeat bosses. Support Specialist. Support monkeys' attack, reload time, and ability cooldowns are reduced, but all other monkey categories have pierce and ability cooldown speed reduced. I don't like any of these, I don't think. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take one of them. I'm gonna take this one, and then later on we can trade them with the merchant before the final boss. Yeah, let's do that. So let me just play out these balloon encounters, and I'm gonna see you guys in a second for, I guess, either the merchant or one of these more fun stages later down the line. Alright, so we're back. We are at our final merchant before we face Vortex, and let's see if we can find something interesting in the shop. This one is Wizard Monkeys. I'm just kind of reading through the first words and then see if we have some towers. We're mainly a military based deck with I guess some magic monkeys, so let's see what we can do. This looks like interesting. With tier 5 magic monkeys, attack speed is half, but all monkeys in their radius deal 25% more damage to mob classes. We do not have any tier 5 magic monkeys yet. Oh, look at this one. We passed this one. I think it was like a previous chest or whatever it was. This is the one that has engineers turning balloons into gold. I am actually gonna take this one so we can afford some higher tier towers, and I'm gonna trade in a couple of Geraldo tokens. Oh wait, is this not 6? Why am I not allowed to trade this? Oh, never mind. It was just, I guess, a visual bug. But yeah, let's get this one. We're gonna get an NG in our setup, so I think I'm just gonna be going for something like a double gun engine. Hopefully we make a little bit of cash during this run so we can afford I guess just some of these 5th tier towers that we have. All right, now this is looking spicy. We can actually start with the Pirate Lord, it seems like, but is that the best choice? We have a couple of lives actually, so let's play off of that. Let's get the Pirate Lord, which is gonna get stunned, and then if we need to do something else, we will. But let's also get the NG. And then what else? I mean, I guess we could probably go for our Super Monkey. I think I'm gonna have the Super Monkey here towards the side. We're gonna go for the middle concept because this guy is going to be getting stunned by Vortex. So yeah, just want to keep it as far away as possible. Oh my god, this is like a proper elite Vortex. 60,000? Are we defeating this thing without like the mat or something like that? I don't know. This is gonna get interesting. I feel like these relics, or I should say the artifacts, are gonna start coming into play. Oh wait a minute. Look at the Pirate Lord go. Is this Pirate Lord going to solo this thing? Let's do a reroll onto these guys until we find something. We don't have a lot of cash though, so let's not go too ham with the rerolls, but I guess one more then I'm done. Oh my god, we have nothing. I guess like a I'm not sure if the bank is gonna do anything. No, I think I'm just gonna select something at random. We spent a bunch of cash, but wait a minute. This Pirate Lord, guys, we've gotten so many upgrades for our military monkeys that this Pirate Lord is just going ham. Let me just, I guess, have the Super Monkey then deal with all of the small balloons. Guys, these military artifacts that we have are insane. 5% 10% chance to freeze balloons. Attack speed reduced by 30%, but each additional military monkey reduces that bonus by 5%, so we only keep the Pirate Lord on screen and nothing else. Monkey Buccaneers can store up to 3 ability charges, and then Pierce and ability cooldown speed increased by 35%. Insane. And I mean, if this is the case, I guess we should just keep buying these military upgrades for our Pirate Lord, but this guy is, yeah, there we go, something like this, 10% more Pierce. You know what, I would rather get some extra damage, but we'll take the Pierce as well, that's fine. Let's get the Epic Range on the Super Monkey, and I feel like this Pirate Lord is gonna carry by itself. I mean, my god, this setup is so good, actually. Something that we need to be very careful of is the fact that this Pirate Lord, not only that he's good versus the boss, but he's actually really good. Oh, let's just get, again, it's the Pierce one. Let me just reroll this one. 4-0 Druid. Do we buy this thing? You know what, we don't have any camo detection, but I guess it's gonna be nice to just kind of blow back balloons and some AoE, so might as well. I don't know, let's just get it, why not? And I was about to say that even though this Pirate Lord is good versus Vortex, it is also good versus these small rounds. So these rounds are progressing really fast, and the more, you know, the deeper you go into these rounds, the harder balloons you're going to be facing. The round scaling is actually insane in the Rogue Legends, so we just need to be finding ways to deal with the boss as well, not only the Pirate Lord. Let's get an Alchemist actually, and we can make this Alchemist into a 4th tier. So here's what I wanted to do. Let's have this Alchemist buff the Pirate Lord, and I wanted to go for the Robo, but I think we're going to go off of the Robo and we're going to go into the Dark Knight, and actually want to teleport the Dark Knight into the range of the Alchemist, and then just have the Dark Knight be the one that's defeating the boss. I feel like the Dark Knight, just because we got this increased chance of an extra crit, like this thing, when it hits, it's gonna be hitting super hard. Oh my god. You guys see the HP go up there, by the way? Yeah, let's just Dark Shift this guy, and let's see how much damage the Super Monkey can do by itself. Let's also get the Berserker Brew onto this Alchemist to get some extra damage. Going one more Dark Shift, I'm gonna have it here as close to the Alchemist as possible. And now let's see how good the Dark Knight. Oh my god, we've made the Super Monkeys as well so good. A single Dark Knight is just absolutely melting this Vortex. And keep in mind, this is like a 0-2-3 Dark Knight. This isn't even like the best crosspat. Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna sell the NG. How much is the strongest team? I'm gonna buy the strongest team. Just make sure we're playing off of the Dark Knight. This Dark Knight is absolutely going to... Oh my god, we got a crit. Did you guys see that? That was a 1 in 1.2k, and I feel like if we get that thing to a legendary, it's gonna be like, I don't know, if it continues with the same scaling, it's gonna be 1 in 600. But oh my god, we're getting the crits. You guys seeing the HP off to this boss? This Dark Knight is insane. Holy man, what a good artifact this is. The Divine Intervention, I think it's called. But yeah, there we go. We just soloed, I guess. Well, it didn't exactly solo it, but if necessary, the Dark Knight was able to solo the boss. But that was the stage 2, so let's see what we can get next. Oh my god, not this thing. I guess another Pirate Lord. I don't think can we have 2 Pirate Lords though on the screen? That's gonna be super fun. Let's just check out this one. Essence of Vortex, tier 5 monkeys, level 20 heroes, knockback Moab class balloons, and have a 10% chance to blow back regular balloons. I think we're gonna take this one actually. You know what? Not only that, but I'm actually gonna extract it so we have it later for further play. So we're not gonna have it during this run, but we're gonna have it back at home with our permanent artifacts. Alright, so this is stage 3, and honestly guys, I think I'm gonna call it quits for this one. I mean, this is a super long map. I've been recording for a very long time, so this is a very long video anyways, and we've only gotten to scratch the surface of it in this video. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed Rogue Legends, and if you plan on buying it, please don't forget to use code EthanReed in the Bloons store. That's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.